Hello guys, and we are now looking at the 2024 AFL fixture. Craziness. It's come out a bit later than we expected, but you know what, footy is just coming around the corner. It's only 4 months away, boy. It's only about 3 months away. So let's get hyped. It's coming back, and I'm excited for it. It's been a long time since it's gone. 2 months, I will say. It's been a long time. It's been a long time about football. So let's get it going. Now, it's not like round 1 to round 24 anymore. There's an opening round now, which actually goes for premiership points, which means only 4 games will be played in Brisbane and Queensland and New South Wales. In my opinion, I think it is a little bit dumb. You're spreading out the season more. Now, I know it's good. You see more football. But I don't like how each of these teams will have to have 2 byes in the season because they obviously would play an extra game. I know the population in Sydney and Brisbane aren't always, it's not like it's more of a rugby state. But honestly, it doesn't really matter. Like, I know you're trying to expand it, but this is, so yeah, I don't love the opening round. There's 4 games, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 teams. 10 teams who are not playing this opening round. It's a bit weird, but honestly, I know what they're doing. I mean, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to watch, I will say, but I won't be as hyped as it is in round 1. It'll kind of kill the vibe. If I do this, I do this like a gather round, except I do it for 4 games. I do it at near the end of the season, Like maybe like round 11 or something. 4 teams play. The rest of those teams have a bye, and those 8 teams, rest of the teams just have byes for the rest of the season. But hey, it's not that bad. They're pretty good games, besides probably the Suns Richmond game. But they're pretty good games. So yeah, we're moving on to round number 1. Back to round number 1. Finally, we're back to the footy that actually gets me energized. Yeah, round number 1. It's starting off the exact same. Carlton Richmond. Starting off the same, it's gonna be good. It will be good. It's usually Carlton Richmond. It's always gonna be a close game, even though where they are, no matter where they are on the table. Next game, Collingwood vs Swans. Good game. Could be a good game. I'm expecting the Swans this season to bounce back from a pretty disappointing season last season, finishing 8th. Probably didn't deserve finals because of that being Keys' goal, but we don't have to talk about that. And Collingwood showing their premiership flag to their fans. Showing the 16th one the fans would have seen. It's great days for Collingwood. And then the Saturday games, my Hawkers are playing against Essendon again. I don't know why. Hoping to win that game. Giants, North Melbourne. Very looking forward to that one. Geelong, St Kilda, Gold Coast Crows, Melbourne Bulldogs, Port West Coast, and Fremantle Lions. Round out round 1. So yeah, I like round 1. It's pretty good. Round 2, St Kilda is having a primetime game, and it's their home game at the MCG. A little bit weird to me, but yeah, so, I don't know. But it's still a good game. Collingwood gets back-to-back primetime games. I'm expecting Collingwood to have 12 primetime games this year, like Geelong had. They had a heap. But yeah, it would be good. And again, what are we talking about Geelong? Literally missed finals last season, and they've got another primetime game. Why? What is the point of that? But, yeah, Crows Geelong, be a good game. Then you got North Dockers. Dockers actually have a pretty decent start to the season. Hawthorn Melbourne, joy. Swans Essendon, Bulldogs Suns, Richmond Port, Eagles Giants, and then we see the byes from the opening round early. Lions, Carlton will be seeing that for the next couple of weeks. Next is round 3. We've got a good game. Lions versus Collingwood. Grand final rematch. Is at the Gabba as well? Weird, it's not the MCG. Yeah, it's going to be a good game. And I'm honestly thinking that the Lions will win this game at the Gabba. Honestly, they've got a pretty good record against Collingwood. So yeah, it'll be good. And then there's a Friday night game. Why? AFL needs to learn from mistakes. You put Fremantle on Friday. You put North Melbourne on Friday night football. Didn't you see last year? I'm pretty sure it was a Saturday night game. North versus flipping Melbourne. It was literally a 90-point shellacking. Also on that Saturday night, Carlton West Coast. Awfulness. 100-point shellacking. That AFL needs to learn by mistakes. Then at least you have a decent game, Fremantle vs Crows. And it's also at 3:50 p.m. on a Friday. Like, why would you do that, AFL? Like, I'm done. Stop doing the 2 Friday night games. It's weird. Honestly, really weird. But yeah, I don't like it. Then Essendon St Kilda, Port Melbourne, good game that would be. Bulldogs West Coast, Richmond Swans, and then you've got the Easter Monday game, the beautifulest game of the season. Love Easter Monday. And then you got the buys again, Gold Coast Giants. Yeah, not that much. Next, you got Thursday, Crows versus Melbourne. That'll be a good game, but again, you've got the Crows and another thing. And then again, the AFL puts North flipping Melbourne on Friday Night Football. I'm done. I'm actually done. North suck. They're not gonna. They might improve this season, but even North fans know they're not good. And you don't put a Hawthorn team on yet, but all of a sudden you put North Melbourne on twice, and again it's 4:40. So it's not a big. It's gonna be a Fox game, but still it's on a Friday. It's still Friday, and are they trying to give more Friday games? I hope they're not, because I don't love it. And then of course we've got the West. Then we got a Port Essendon game. Thank God it actually gets saved. Like, both these games have been saved. West Coast Sydney, Dockers Carlton, Bulldogs Cats, Suns Giants. Richmond St Kilda and Collingwood Hawthorn. This is also Gav Around, boys, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't realise that. This is Gav Around. Woohoo! Oh, this is why they do 2 Friday night games. Yes. Hawthorn vs Collingwood Gav Around. I'm very excited for that. Very, very excited for that. Like, dubs in the chat. Please. Next game, Thursday Night Football. It's like back to actually good stuff. Like, there's 4 games on Saturday. Melbourne, Brisbane, that's going to be a good game. Bulldogs, Essendon, Giants, St Kilda, Carlton, Crows, Suns vs Hawthorn, Port vs Fremantle, Geelong vs North Melbourne, West Coast, Richmond, and the buys. Obviously, Collingwood, Sydney, and then this is one more week of buys, and then we're back to the regular ones. Thursday Night Football, St Kilda vs Bulldogs. It's a decent one. Friday Night Football, again, the Crows are getting blessed with Friday nights and Thursday nights right now. LA Crows versus Essendon, and Collingwood versus Port. Pretty early game, actually. I don't know why. I thought that'd be a Saturday night game. Carlton GWS, good game. Brisbane versus Lions, and then the Derby. And then you've got the Sunday games, Sydney Suns, North Hawthorn, and the buys, of course, ending out those buys from opening round, Melbourne and Richmond. So it's like last season, but it's a bit weird. And then Anzac Day week, one of the best weeks in the football calendar. But you got Richmond, Melbourne Wednesday. Love Anzac Day week. Then you got Thursday, Essendon versus Collingwood. Huge. But then you've got another game on the Thursday. And you find a game, you've got one of the biggest games in the calendar. And then you put a Giants-Brisbane game on. Like, yeah, I don't like that. Then you got a Friday night game, Port vs St Kilda. Saturday games, North Crows, Geelong, Carlton, Fremantle, Bulldogs, Suns, West Coast, and then Hawthorn City. Why do Hawthorn have some good games this season? Why? Then Thursday, wow, Thursday Night Football. Wow. This never happens. Crows vs Port on 7. That is massive. Wow, it's always on Fox. Oh, in Adelaide, yeah, it's always on Fox, but wow, that's huge. Crows versus Port on 7. That never happens. It's always on a Saturday night. And then, of course, that'll be a very good game. These first Thursday and Friday night games are crackers. And then, that'll be a good game. Best rivalry probably in the last couple of years. One of the best rivalries of all time as well. Sydney Giants, another good rivalry. Gee whiz. St Kilda versus North, Melbourne versus Geelong, West Coast Essendon, Richmond Fremantle, Bulldogs Hawthorn, and then Lions and Suns. Wait, the Q clash, the Battle of the Bridge, and the Showdown are in the exact same week. All right, AFL. Then you got Carlton versus Melbourne, Geelong versus Port. This is week 9 now. Fremantle versus Sydney, and Hawthorn versus St Kilda, Essendon versus Giants, Gold Coast versus North, Richmond versus Bulldogs, Carlton versus Eagles, and then Crows versus Brisbane. Getting to round 10 now. You've got on Thursday night games, Suns versus Geelong in Darwin. Alright. Friday night, you've got Sydney versus Carlton up in Sydney. You've got Collingwood versus Adelaide. Pretty good game. Giants, Bulldogs, two teams that do not like each other. St Kilda versus Fremantle. Brisbane Lions versus Richmond, two teams that play pretty well against each other. Essendon versus North Melbourne. Port Adelaide versus Hawthorn. West Coast versus Melbourne. Yeah, not bad week 10. And we go to week 11 and the byes are still not on. So, 7 p.m. game, you've got the rematch of the 2016 AFL Grand Final between Bulldogs and the Swans. Then you got the Friday game, which is the Dockers and the Pies. The Saturday games, North versus Port, Carlton versus Suns, Geelong versus Giants, Richmond versus Essendon. Sunday games, Hawthorn versus Lions, Melbourne versus St Kilda, and Adelaide versus Eagles. Week 12, it's week 12 and the Thursday games are still there. Like that's a long time. Is that the last time? No. Thursday night game, Port Adelaide versus Carlton. Next Friday is the Collingwood versus Bulldogs. Saturday, June the 1st. Hawthorn take on the Crows. Eagles take on the Saints. The Cats take on Richmond. Melbourne versus Fremantle. Gold Coast versus Essendon, and the byes come, which will be Essendon. Lions seeing their second. Giants who see their second. North see their first, obviously, and Sydney will see their second. So there'll be 8 teams which have 2 byes because they're in 20. Because they have an extra round. They are an opening round, so they would still play the same amount of games. Don't worry. Week 13, Thursday night games are still on. Adelaide versus Richmond at Adelaide Oval. Again, Adelaide is getting blessed with them right now. Lions versus Bulldogs. Hawthorn versus the Giants. We actually haven't had much Sunday games. We had a lot of Saturday. I'm actually happy with that. Then we have Eagles versus North. That is going to be an absolute garbage game. St Kilda versus Suns. Sydney versus Geelong rematch of the 2022 Grand Final. Essendon versus Carlton. And then Collingwood and... the Queen's birthday clash, obviously. Collingwood versus Melbourne. That'll be a good game. And the byes again. Dockers and Port. So the byes are around here. And finally, we don't have a Thursday night football game. It's taken 13 rounds to happen. 14 is opening round as well. Jeez. So we go to the Lions, St Kilda, Bulldogs versus Dockers. Oh, these are Saturday games. Good. Richmond versus Hawthorn. And then Crows versus Swans. There's so much teams on bye this week. Then you've got North versus Collingwood and Giants versus Port. There's so much teams on a bye. Damn, this is so awkward. And week 15. Good game. Carlton versus Cats. Port versus Lions. Giants versus Swans. Melbourne versus North. Essendon versus West Coast. Fremantle versus Suns. And again, there's so much freaking byes. Oh my. Okay. So, alright. So, we've just gone through 16 rounds that they've let out, because I don't think they don't have 16 all the way down. They have the games which are going to be played, but they don't have when they're time slotted yet. So I'll bring out a video, probably, it'll be in the mid-season, obviously it won't be. Probably bring out a video of the rest of the ones. That's my dog, everybody, hello, say hello to him. But, yes, it has been a bit of a weird timing. It is weird. In my eyes, I don't love the fixture. Don't like opening round. North Melbourne, as always, are featured in 2 Friday games. That's not good. I think they're definitely trying to do something with the fixture right now. And honestly, I don't know what they're experimenting. I know Tasmania's coming in soon. Whatever they're experimenting, I honestly don't like it. I'm going to give this fixture so far, some games are pretty good. I'm going to give it like a 6.5 out of 10. I don't love it. I don't hate it though. I think it's a good fixture. But I don't love the opening rounds. And I don't like the opening round at all. I think it's kind of weird. But yeah, I guess they're trying to give West